Before we get into this episode, I just want to tell you guys that this episode is brought to you by Africa's premium online poker and sports betting platform, pokerbet.co.za. So make sure to subscribe down below. You can follow the link below, create an account, and join in on the fun. Have a kick-ass time.
Cameron Saaiman, ladies and gentlemen. Cameron Saaiman taking care of business. Wow. That look says it all.
Lekker.
It's good to have you back, Dan.
It's good to be here. It's good to be here because I mean you've had like one episode filmed before this.
Yes,
It's been a bit of a time off, but there's a good reason for it.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. After the fight, we had a little bit of a break. We had a lot of damage. And then we had the operation, which was, I underestimated the effect it's going to take on my body because
It is an
I think I
operation.
actually, I must honestly say I went into the operation. I didn't let my parents know.
Yeah.
They weren't happy.
You didn't let anyone know. Like no one knew.
But I thought it was going to be a go in, fix it, 45 minutes max, come out the same day.
I just remember I was like, shit, I wonder when we were recording the pod again. And I
Yeah.
just get a photo from Cam in the hospital. Like,
Yeah.
bro,
So-
what happened?
So I really thought that. So the day before they explained to me the procedure and they were like, okay, they're gonna do this and this, and we're gonna check you into the day hospital. You're gonna come in and out same day. So I even drove there by myself.
I
I was
move.
like, what's up, guys? I'm here to check in. It's like a hotel. I'm like, yeah, what's up? And then going in, I asked the doctor, I was like, I forgot to ask him the day before, how long is the procedure going to take? And he's like, no, 2.5 hours.
Mhm.
Okay. I was like, okay, that's longer than I thought,
Mm.
but sure. And came out of the procedure. My sister was actually waiting for me for a few hours because 5 hours later we came out.
5 hours.
So it turned into a 5-hour procedure, and everyone was very concerned because obviously, if you're thinking 45 minutes max, 5
There's
hours,
been some complication.
it's getting quite long, and I'm pretty sure they dropped me in the prison because my shoulder was so sore afterwards. I was like, but I think it's just how they tilted
Twist
me and,
you, yeah.
they put my.
'Cause, I mean,
arm
you're a
probably-
rag doll. They're just like shifting
Yeah.
shit around and
They could have fondled me. I wouldn't know, but no, the doctor was amazing, and for everyone, because a lot of people asked what they did, and I'm gonna butcher it probably, but what I do know is they had to clean out a bunch of shit in here, so they had to work through my nose, cut out a bunch of cartilage, a bunch of almost scar tissue from 10 years of taking punches to the face. Can't be good for anyone. So had to clean some stuff out, and then they actually straightened the nose and then put in reinforcements, which are actually still in there. So I'm gonna have like 100% airflow. It's already, even with the shit in there, I didn't know this is what it's supposed to feel like to breathe.
to breathe
through,
normally. Is
to
it
breathe-
crazy?
to breathe through your nose. I feel like a dolphin.
Do
I'm
you
just
feel like this is when you get sick
it's-
and you can't hear properly?
So-
and then suddenly your ears pop. And it's just, whoa.
and then it's that moment you are on your phone on a plane and then you forgot to equalize. So when you equalize, you're like, wow, is that hearing? And it's the same feeling just with your nose.
You-
So the airflow is already much better, and there's still shit in there that they need to take out. And so that took 2.5 hours. Then they cut open. So I don't know if we can pan this
Tilt my
on
bietjie.
camera, but check. But then basically cut off the whole ear, and then they just like flap it over, and then they cut out pieces of fascia underneath the skin against my skull, and they rebuilt an eardrum.
nice.
So the eardrum was totally
Messed up.
burst, and it was actually burst because now a lot of stuff got explained in this type of situation. We were struggling with ear infections for months, but continuous, and the moment my immune system takes a shot, I get an ear infection, and the doctor explained it is because your eardrum was burst for so long, It didn't heal properly.
Yo.
So rebuilt it, and now they glued down the hammer to the eardrum. And now I need to just wait until the glue wears off, and then I can hear. So I
You're
can't
still
hear
deaf, eh?
death in this ear, 100%. That's why I'm actually like turning.
Ons kan switch as jy wil.
I'm letting the satellite pick up some.
We can switch
some
seats.
sound.
Dit is nie it's not illegal for me to sit that side.
Okay, this is a
We'll
massive
switch
moment.
gou-gou.
We're gonna switch.
This is massive.
We haven't done this in like 70 episodes.
We
So.
haven't ever. I've never sat this side. Ever. Dis 'n beter. You
Yo,
feel weird.
This
Yes, your ass is hot. Goodness.
I do have
Dis
a swamp
warm.
ass. But yeah, so they basically yeah, that's the procedure. The the moments we came out, obviously high. I've never been on anesthetics that long, so that was quite insane.
Shit, I wish I could have been there.
It was that was rough. And then apparently the nurses said, all I said afterwards was like, just bring me food. Just like, can I have food? I kept on ordering, like as if
you were at a restaurant.
Yes. Yeah. So the nurses will come to check up on me, and they were like, "Hi, can I please have?" And then I would order something. So that was terrible.
This cocks dogs.
And yeah, that night, 2:00 in the morning, the stitches started itching. So I started sneezing
Oh no.
6, 7, 8 times, blood everywhere, and I'm standing there and I'm pressing the button, but it's literally blood on the floor. Blood.
Oh,
on
you slept
me.
there?
Yeah, I slept
shit.
over in the hospital. So that was also not in the
Unexpected.
T's and C's, but slept over in the hospital. Started sneezing, blood everywhere. It's on the floor, it's on the bedding, it's on me, and now I'm trying to cover.
Contain it.
So it's on my hands.
But you're way too nice. Like hospitals, they just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
sterilize.
And I pressed the button, and I'm waiting there, and all I was thinking is like, I'm gonna try and make this as less dramatic as possible. So I thought, okay, let me go sit on my hands. And so I was just like sitting like this.
We're still under anesthesia effects here.
Yeah,
Must
I
be.
know. But the pain medication was beautiful.
Hectic.
Top shelf shit. So I was sitting on my hands. My face is full of blood. And the nurse comes up to me and she's like, you're bleeding. And I was like, yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. So, yeah, we had to clean that out. And then the day after, they said, okay,
You can go home
you
now.
can go home.
Yes, you-
Drove home. And yeah, I think last week was, I can't
You were
remember.
fine. Like
I
at
can't
the end of the
remember
week.
anything.
We
I
played
remember-
golf Friday.
I remember we played a little bit of golf. I remember we had a shoot with Henny's here in studio quickly, but everything was quite a
It's
blur.
a bit of a blur.
A bit of a blur.
I remember the
but
golf. You actually played really, really well.
really well.
I was
really well.
bummed. I've played probably the worst game of my life.
That's the best 9 holes I've played. I shot a 44.
yes.
And
Yeah, I think so.
And it was had a few greens in regulation,
That was good.
but you had added pressure.
Yes,
Yeah,
I had a
so
horrible. Yeah, Leafy joined us as a
yeah.
card girl.
And-
Sy het saamgepoel.
And that adds a lot of pressure.
It's not just that. It's you par the first hole with an insane chip,
Yes,
like an
yeah.
absolutely insane chip,
like a 40-meter chip.
and I can just feel the frustration building within me because I drove better.
yeah.
My second shot was better.
Yes.
Like I'm in front of the greens and you hit it for parks. Is fuck my long dag.
Yeah. So, and that's gonna flow into the shoot we're doing afterwards.
Yes, ons
because
gaan net nou 'n bietjie golf
we're
weer.
playing a little bit of golf, and yeah. So that was fun, but the recovery, I really did underestimate that.
You're not training anymore, are you? Not now.
Started training now again.
Is it?
Yeah, not taking that.
No, obviously
shots.
not. Just pads and
Just cardio.
okay, just not
yeah.
not even pads.
No, not yet.
Okay, yeah, that's
yeah.
goed.
So we're trying to be smart this time. Yeah.
And then so rattle off a few questions everyone has for you after you come back.
Yeah.
Number 1, obviously surgery done.
Yes, yeah.
Number 2, when are you targeting again?
So, it is hard to say, but I do
Not
think
before when.
it won't be in January.
Yeah.
Yeah, it won't be in January. It won't be in the first half of Feb. And
Okay,
that's
so
all,
at
that's
the
all I.
very earliest in Feb,
Yes.
start of March.
Yes,
At the earliest. Okay.
that is where we are.
The third one.
Yeah.
And this is the cuck one. This is the one
Yeah,
you never
yeah.
want to hear.
Yeah.
Because everyone, no one everyone brings it up. It's oh champ, you're so mooi gefight and alles.
Yes.
In your head. Like
Yes.
I thought you could have taken it. Maar oef, hoe was
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, that's a good question. You know, I watched the fight back again. We did the Q&A video as well, where I think a lot of the messages I got was like, why did you still take the fight?
Yes.
And I think that
Yes.
is the criticism of a lot. And I think what people need to understand is you work for 10 to 12 weeks for that.
And
for that
you weighed in
opportunity.
already.
And so you work for 10 to 12 weeks in a camp, okay? You go through a camp, you travel more than 24 hours from South Africa to the States. You not only fly yourself there, but you're also paying for a team to go with you. And that's coming, you know, they cover some of the expenses, but when we are there, we're covering those expenses.
Yourself, yeah.
And you cut the weights, you make the weights, and then you find out your opponent is didn't
Because
make
if you don't
weights.
take the fight, you get nothing.
Yeah. And we got to see that with example, Stephen Thompson.
Yes.
He cut the weights, he made the weights, his opponent didn't make weights, he decided not to fight.
Didn't get anything.
He didn't get paid. And you know, and also to be fair, that is like out of a promotional standpoint, you know, we have versus promotions and we only work with amateurs at this point, but it's going to be very hard out of a promotion standpoint to pay the money that we need to pay to someone that is not delivering the service that they said they would. And it is at the expense of someone else. So maybe that guy needs to take a pay cut the next time he fights.
Yeah.
But I understand that's the way the cookie
it's very
crumbles.
difficult to say no.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's one of those things like, do I regret taking the fight? Not at all.
Not at all. Okay,
even
good.
after all
That's
this,
good.
even after the loss, even after the surgeries.
Because I'm sure there's a part of you that's like, even with the 5 pounds, you still could have beat him.
Yeah, I did think so. I think, you know, when they said he's not making weights, we thought we're gonna beat him.
Yeah.
That
So
was we literally went like that. And you know, watching the fight back, to be honest, I haven't watched it many times because I'm really focused just on not being drugged up at this stage. But I watched it at least 3 times, and you know, we made a lot of technical errors, stuff that we will fix, but it's also a fight that I'm not necessarily ashamed of because we really left it all out there.
And you fought well, I must say. Like I was. It's difficult. It's obviously difficult to watch because I thought at the end of the 3rd round, actually, like obviously Axe biased.
Yes.
I'm like, I hope so, but I think it's getting fucked.
Yeah.
And it happened.
And that is it. And that was also the hard thing, you know, because we were in the cage, and you know, I think the thing that sucked the most was Michael Bisping came to me and congratulated me on the fight.
Yeah.
And obviously I got I'm going to say this, I got rocked in the 2nd round.
Yeah.
Pretty massively with a knee to the face.
Yes.
And after that, that was concussion Cameron fighting in the 3rd round, to be honest. It was just like, but when I went to coach and I said, listen, I think we have round 1 and 3.
Yeah.
And he said he also thinks we have round 1 and 3. And then when Michael Bisping came to me, he greeted me and congratulated me on the fight. And I asked him, do we have round 1 and 3?
Yeah.
And he said yes. And I was like,
it's hope that kills you.
Okay, we have that. And we were standing there, and when I heard the first 30-27,
you know, this is for my
I knew. I was like, oh, okay,
there's no way I won all 3.
We're getting fucked.
Yeah.
Because I knew I lost round 2.
Yeah.
I knew that. So
the stuff.
That was, you know, it is a tough pill to swallow under circumstances. You know, I'm healthy, I'm happy. I'll be ready in a few weeks' time to be back in full training. So
could have been worse.
Could have been worse.
It could always be worse.
Yeah, it could have been worse. I could have been a bare knuckle fighter.
Did you see they're having tryouts now?
Yeah,
I just had tryouts for bare knuckle fighting championship.
Did you see that Jason Knight? Jason Knight is a guy that I think he fought in. I don't know if he's a former UFC fighter, but there's another photo of him that released after his recent fights at Gamebred FC. He had a bare knuckle fight there, and it could have been worse. So like that sucks. That looks
You don't have
terrible.
stitches all the way here and
Yeah.
over your forehead and others.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone takes L's. I've taken a few L's. The thing
Yeah.
is, our L's aren't broadcasted,
Yeah.
which is
That's
which makes
also-
it easier.
That's also a massive thing. It's just like, it is. I think in any job,
Mm.
you know, you're gonna fall flat on your face.
Yeah, you
know?
take
So
L's, guaranteed.
Sometimes it's not in front of millions of people, but it's just at the end of the day, my love for the sport hasn't changed after
That's
this,
amazing.
and I'm excited to firstly just take a small
Mm.
break. I think my body
need
is my body in multiple areas are telling me to, hey, pause on.
Yeah, so I try to avoid
Relax.
fight talk too much when we're hanging out and playing
Yeah.
golf or what ook al. But I did tell you like 4 weeks ago, actually, where
Yeah.
I hope jy vat 'n kakharde break now
Yes,
after
yeah.
5 years of non-stop going.
Yeah, and it has been since I went pro, and especially since the Ruvan de Beer fight, the number one contender. It was just
Go,
it was just a go. So we'll focus on
Ag, that's lekker.
taking a small break and then getting back into
Yeah, but don't
things.
get too fat now, eh?
No, that's actually one thing I'm actually quite proud of. Like we've been managing that pretty
How much?
well. Pretty well. It's
How much is-
72,
Oh, yeah.
72.5 max.
That's lekker.
Yeah. But I must say, because they gave me beautiful pain medication when I was
Mm.
back home, and I'm gonna be honest, you know,
You understand why
you
people
order-
get addicted.
Yeah, you order like 6 cowfish, like 6 wings, the barbecue teriyaki wings. Take those the pain pills, eat those wings. It's a good time.
Jy's op 'n level.
It's a great time. All alone at home, but it's
It's
great.
okay.
So and the golf game, something just clicked after the
Must have.
operation. It must have been the drugs, but
Must have been the first hole. The combination of drugs getting you chill, the first hole sinking, and
yes, and I think the
I'm crazy.
momentum was just there. You know?
Yeah, mine was
So-
exactly the opposite.
yeah,
Yeah, okay.
but we'll work on that.
Yeah. We'll get there.
We'll work on that.
The
yeah.
big match mentality.
exactly,
You weet?
exactly.
Maar bare knuckle, how do you think a lot of EFC guys are going to go over? Guys that were angling maybe for the EFC are going to go to bare knuckle now.
100%. I do think so. I think a lot of the guys that have a bit of a reputation, bit of a record,
Mm.
are going to try and move over to that. I do not think, you know, we had Dino Bagatin on the podcast
Yes,
just
earlier, yeah.
before, and it's actually dropping next week. But, you know, he's a guy that his skill level, his type of mental approach, and everything matches up for him to, even at the age of 42, he'll still be able to fight once or twice,
Yeah.
not get massive damage, get a good payday, you know. And he's comes from a boxing background.
Because imagine I imagine the bare knuckle payouts. I mean, it's an international company. They pay. I don't know.
dollars.
They earn in dollars, so
They-
they pay better.
They pay in dollars.
Do they
as
pay in
well.
dollars?
Yes.
Shit.
yeah. So
Lekker.
having him compete in that makes sense. But I
Mm.
do think there's going to be a wave of guys that are going to look for a quick payday. They're not going to know what they
What they're
sign up
getting
for until
into.
they get that first knuckle
Dude,
on a brow
I've been
or a cheek.
I've
and
been
they-
clapped by boxing gloves.
Yeah.
I've been clapped by a plathand, and I've been clapped by MMA gloves.
Yes.
Bare knuckle, fuck near.
Yeah. It's just like
There's
it's,
no way.
it's one of those things you don't want to get. Even especially with the BKFC stuff that was posted, I got a few messages like, "Will you ever transition?" No,
She's stupid.
no, I won't. It's like, oh no, but are you a real fighter? Then I was like,
Yeah.
well, then I'm not.
We don't-
It's just like I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, like
So-
I think the chances of CTE goes up probably considerably.
I don't even think. I think
just-
head trauma in boxing is bigger than in bare knuckle.
But I mean, bare knuckle,
But
they
I do
also give
think-
you the 8 counts. They stand you up and I'll gat jy weer.
But the scar tissue, the stitches, the concussion, still concussions, but it's just the amount of damage. It doesn't.
It's just a little bit more every time. I saw that. Did you see that photo of that one lady that fights in bare knuckle, like after
Yes.
the fight?
yeah,
Your
Yeah.
lady.
yeah.
Goodness.
The balls on that lady.
Yeah, but I mean, foreheads look like this, like cuts everywhere.
Yeah.
Ek is just, listen, jy's 'n fucking badass.
yeah.
Maar nie vir my nie. Daar
Not,
baie
not for
dankie.
me. Yeah, she'll beat the shit out of me. But talking about ass whippings,
Oh, yes.
Tricker still knocks Duplessis is fighting
Let's
for a
go.
world title against Sean Strickland.
Yes, this massive.
It's so weird that it's happening in Canada.
It's
just like
Canada is such a,
it's like the least South African or American thing ever.
it's the least connected to either of them.
But there is actually a massive South African population in Canada. Massive. Yeah. If South Africans are immigrating, they're either going to London, they're going to Australia, they're going to Canada.
Or New Zealand.
Are they going to New Zealand?
I know a good few people who immigrated to New Zealand.
I know just from actually friends of friends that are they have massive families in Canada. And since the news broke, a lot of people were saying, you know, like they're gonna take the time, they're gonna go watch the fight.
That's cool. That's really nice.
I think you'll see a lot more South African fans than you expect in Canada.
More than Sean fans, or you don't think so? Because Canada and America, like you might think they're neighbors, but they're worlds apart. Eh?
I think especially them being more, what do you call it, more liberal,
more left. Yeah, they
more left.
Like they tend to be more left than.
I think they're
the
not
States.
Sean's
more progressive.
crowd. They definitely. It's not Strickland's forte.
But to be fair, I think the audience that MMA attracts, I don't think it's a incredibly progressive audience always.
Yes, yeah, no, it's not.
But we'll see.
Who knows? Yeah,
Who
we'll
knows?
see. We'll see. But I do think there's a lot of South Africans that are going to plan if they get their visas on time, because it's quite short notice. If they get their visas on time, they're going to travel to go watch the fights.
What excited me the most out of all of this was someone asked Dana about UFC Africa again.
Yes.
And I says, listen, you always want to defend your belt on the home turf. So if that happens, we're going to Africa.
Yes.
He said it.
Yeah.
I was just,
yeah,
I'm going to that one. I couldn't a visa for Malawi. Wherever it is, I'm going.
Yeah, definitely.
Hopefully Cape Town,
and
obviously.
That's what makes Africa so great, because bribes
are
the
language.
Bribes they just work.
I think, like, let's put it in terms of dollars. $300 and you basically do what you want.
Yeah, and I think everyone that's
driver's license,
even like
sorted.
Americans,
certificate, sorted.
Even Americans asking if the UFC is coming here, they're like, you guys will have a great time. Like with our exchange rate, you guys will be living like kings. You'll have a great time.
We had some friends from the state come stay with us. They were doing some medical procedures here, because it's easier to fly over here, get the procedure done, and fly back.
Okay.
Than it is to just do it in the States.
Yeah.
So they came here, and the guy's an engineer. He makes good money for especially for South Africa.
Yes,
obviously, yeah. He gets here, and I says, yes, I've eaten at more restaurants in the past 2 weeks than I have in the last year in the States.
Yeah.
It is amazing.
Well, I can really confirm that, because we are in Vegas, and it is quite, they put a markup. Yeah, no, they definitely put a markup on their stuff, but it is very expensive. What, like a steak and chips and vegetables here compared to there, it's worlds.
And it's probably better here.
It is better here. Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I was nog States.
I might be biased, but I grew up on this meat, you know, so I'm used to that. But it is much better here for what you get. So
I can't wait for UFC Africa.
Haircuts. We were chatting to the physio staff at the UFC PI, and they were talking about where they get their haircut. They pay like anywhere between $40, $60, $80
for a man haircut.
For a man haircut. Okay.
Yo,
that's what they pay to get their haircut. $40, $60, $80.
If you go down to
I think like 60 was kind of, it's expensive, but it's like the guys are willing to pay $60 for a haircut. And then I tried to convert it. A haircut here at a barber, because that's a barber's haircut. It's not a
so that's not like a high-end barber and you get like a beard and they snip and
it's
you
not
smell
a full
nice.
spa day.
Yo.
So I tried to convert it, and it's just like maybe $10.
Yes.
$10.
If you go down to the Algerians down the street, at the Algerian barber shop,
that's what?
It's cheap.
$6-7.
Yeah. You can get away for $7.
That's just massive.
It's just, I get expensive haircuts.
Yes.
$12.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's another world.
Yo.
Back to fighting.
Back to fighting, baby. What done, my beloved?
I think Sean Strickland is in for a world of hurt against Vegas.
I'm just excited.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. The trash talk.
Yeah.
Oh. But I think they like each other. They look like they would get along well. I don't know.
from the few exchanges there were, it's just like I think they knew they're going to meet each other.
Yeah,
at
you're
some
competitors.
point.
There is that tension.
Yes, but I do think Sean behind. Okay, he has a loud mouth, but behind camera, he has a lot of respect for most of the guys. Like I do think that, like he talks a lot of shit. And he talks nonstop at the BI, but he was actually very respectful to coach. He had a long discussion with coach with the previous when we were there in the States for my fight. So it's going to be interesting.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Can't wait. And then in other fight news, let's rattle them off quickly.
Yeah.
Dann wins the light heavyweight championship. Absolute ultimate player hater of all time. Love him.
It's insane. And just being like Adesanya come to daddy. It's great.
He beat Blachowicz.
Yeah.
Which Adesanya couldn't.
Yes.
He beat who else did he beat?
Well, he got the light heavyweight
champion,
which Adesanya couldn't. And it's just, I didn't think he was going to win the fight. Beforehand, I had Yuri winning the fight. And but yeah, that punch power, that left hook,
dude,
just.
I thought it was the right that put him down. Actually, that put him down. You don't even see. You don't see, from the main angle. You don't even see that little left. He put just so much power into that thing.
Hats off to Yuri, man. Just
what
admitting he was just like, listen, I was rocked. I was out.
Yeah. I really like him. I have so much respect for Yuri. It's hard to see him lose.
It sucks.
It would have sucked. That fight, the loser was always going to suck.
Yeah.
If Pereira lost, I would have.
Definitely.
It's a bummer. If Yuri lost, which he did, it's a bummer.
We need to get a clip from where we made a prediction that Tom Aspinall was going to be heavyweight champion. And it's like 40 episodes back, but Tom Aspinall.
That was insane.
That was
insane.
That he is, it's really tough. Like, I'm not going against John Jones, but
I would never go against John Jones.
John Jones, Tom Aspinall.
What a fight!
That's a great fight.
I saw a thing that said just Dann on the phone. It's like, yes, he put every steroid we have into John Jones now.
Yeah, because I don't know what they're gonna do. It sounded like Uncle Dana still wants John Jones to fight Stipe. So,
really?
Yeah.
Because I've been hearing little sprake here and there. Gone Aspinall. I've been hearing that here and there a little bit.
Okay. But that's also a great fight.
That's a great fight.
Aspinall breaks him.
Aspinall looks so weird on the feet.
Yeah.
He look like
he's light.
I just saw him. Like he almost looks like
jittery.
And then he's just he's quick.
I think he's so light on his feet for a heavyweight. It's scary. That whole card was amazing. Dennis Saint Denis, the head kick against Frivola. That was insane. His absolute pace, his non-stop, just relentlessness. It was a sick card to watch. It was fun. But we have two other title fights confirmed, which is Topuria and Volkanovski.
Good one. I've got Volk.
You got Volk.
Obviously.
I'm such a massive Topuria fan.
That's the thing as well. Like I'm saying I've got Volk because I want to move on. I don't like the fight. I love the fight.
Yes.
But I hate it.
Yes, because you like them both. Yeah.
I really, really like it.
So, and then I can't remember what other title fight was.
Sean O'Malley.
Sean O'Malley
and Cheetah, isn't it?
And Cheetah Vera.
The rematch.
Does he deserve the title shot though?
Cheetah, maybe not. Is it my favorite fight?
Yeah.
Yes.
100%. It makes sense.
That deserves it.
Yeah, definitely.
Just because it's my favorite fight. I've got Sean winning it.
Yeah, I also have Sean winning it. Yeah.
This is Cheetah is a badass man and everything, but I think Sean has the style to beat him.
And I do think the momentum is with him as well.
Absolutely.
He has a lot of confidence going into this fight.
Absolutely.
And yeah, that's a sick fight. I saw that Calvin Kattar was offered to Aljamain Sterling.
Sure.
At featherweights.
That could be interesting.
That's a fun fight. I would have much rather, and I saw this, shout out to MMA, I think MMA.theory on Instagram. His insights on matchmaking is very
really
cool.
Good.
But I think he wanted, I might be butchering this, but it makes a lot of sense. Aljamain Sterling and Brian Ortega.
What? I forgot Brian Ortega existed.
But
Where has he been?
But I like that fight.
I do like that fight.
That's a sick fight.
But as far as maybe, Aljamain is a wrestler and he's quick on his feet.
Yeah. Both of them have good.
Ortega is also a
unorthodox-
jiu-jitsu master.
That's what
I
I'm
really
saying.
like it. I was thinking, how can I make how can I make the Holloway fight? Because I want to just see Holloway fight
Yeah.
again. Like his last one was also. I
well,
really
Holloway
enjoyed it.
called out Justin Gaethje.
Yo, as a badass man.
Imagine you are that confident. You wake up and you call out Justin Gaethje.
He beat Justin Poirier, didn't he? Or Holloway? No, he lost to Poirier.
Yeah, he lost to Poirier. Yeah,
His
but that's a
record-
sick fight.
It's a sick fight.
That's a sick.
Because
fight.
Holloway can take.
That's
a
definitely
punch.
just like I think Max owes people money because he's just like, what's the biggest fight we can do outside a title shot? Let's do Justin.
Yo.
Yeah,
There's a violent
that's
affair as well.
sick-
'Cause
yeah.
Max is he looks quite kind of unassuming, but that's a violent man.
He is definitely.
He doesn't even look that violent until he starts screaming at opponents. He's whoa.
Yeah, he does have weird interests. It's like Brandon Moreno. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like you don't think he's a killer because he
Mhm.
likes Lego.
But he's doing well, eh?
He'll beat the shit.
He's
out
doing
of him.
amazing. He's
Yeah.
living the life in Hawaii.
He's
Beautiful family.
yeah.
Surfing every day.
Yeah.
What a dream.
Just cosplaying, anime, streaming Call of Duty. It sounds like the life.
What a champ. You're getting there. 20 years, baby. Don't say it all.
I told we had Dino on the show and we were chatting like if you're not fighting, not in camp, what do you like to do to escape? And he's just like, man, catching bass. So I told him I already do one old man sport.
Yeah,
and
you
that's
can't
golf.
start catching bass.
I
now.
can't do it. I can't have two. That would be
Yeah,
absolutely.
you'll have to catch
terrible.
like a young man fish, like tuna.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a massive fishing fan.
Have you caught a big fish before?
I've caught. Okay, so
Like a sea fish.
I caught a fish. I was 8 years old when my niece.
Mm.
No,
No.
my cousin.
Cousin.
Yeah, so my cousin is a bit of a. She was a tomboy, and she's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah, I like fishing, gutting fish and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And she's like, and she told me, okay, you're gonna fish yourself,
Mm.
and then like a rainbow trout this size
Mm.
caught on.
Mm.
And I started freaking out, started crying, and then she just like took the stick from me, and then she reeled
She
it in.
won.
Yeah,
Maar,
true.
you honestly, once you catch a 20 kilogram sea fish,
yeah.
your life will be changed. That is amazing. That is actually amazing. Because your back hurts, so you kind of feel like an old man afterwards.
Okay.
Maybe I was
I
just
think I
doing it
just-
incorrectly.
I
to be
think I
honest.
just need to go on to like a kick-ass fishing trip.
Yes, like
Yeah.
go deep sea fishing in Cape Town.
Yes.
You will caught. I know your stomach is not the best with these things, is it?
I'm actually quite good on a boat.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
okay, cool.
Yeah,
Then
I'm
you'll be
quite
fine.
good,
Because
yeah.
Cape Town is rough.
Okay.
Rough,
But I
rough,
would
rough,
like
rough,
to
rough.
do that. Spear fishing looks interesting.
There's more fun.
Gila off camera said you can do this thing where you fish with a bow.
Oh, it's
like
like
they-
spear fishing from the side.
Yeah, but they
Oh,
so
yes,
they
yes. Bow
they-
fishing.
Yeah, they yeah,
Bow
bow
fish-
fishing.
But spear fishing is the one where you put on the wetsuit and you dive down.
Go. You see now that one
That's fun.
in the ocean.
Ek weet jy's nie 'n groot ocean fan
Yes, I don't know.
nie. Not a big fan
I just
of orcas.
have a lot of respect. Yeah, orcas. They're terrible.
I love it.
I saw a very funny video of an Australian on a paddle. He's like paddle boarding, so he's standing, and he sees this killer whale come next to me. He's like, "Hey!" And the thing is biting his board, and he like kicks it on the nose,
Yeah.
and he's just like, "Hey, I'm not dying today." And he's like kicking it, and he's like, fuck off, you whale."
Like cool. The ocean is amazing. We need to get Cammy deep sea fishing and we need to get you diving.
Oof.
Scuba
Yeah.
diving.
We
'Cause-
actually on the podcast we had someone reach out to us wanting to teach us how to dive.
okay, so yeah, I've got a like a basic license. So
Okay.
I've got an open water license.
Yes.
Maar jy kort 'n open water license. Ek's moerkiende.
That's something I would do.
'Cause
Just
it's
for
not
the
deep.
training for it.
It's not deep.
Okay.
I think the deepest I've been is like 30 meters,
Okay.
which is not that bad.
Okay.
Like you can't see the top, but it's fine.
okay.
It's super fun.
yeah.
It's reg
That's
like Liffy refuses to come dive with me. She's like, I'll snorkel.
yes.
Maar, as ek sê nee, scuba, dis
I think I
regtig
just have a
lekker.
lot of respect for the ocean.
Yeah, me too.
I think I was brainwashed as a child thinking
Yeah, so I was in the ocean. I was 9, and my dad took me out. Big swimmer,
yes.
like Ironmans, Cape Epics, like
Yes.
swimming, likes doing stupid shit. And I said, yeah, kom. Ek is by Nature's. And Nature's waves are big.
Yeah, those are rough.
They
we were
hectic.
there, yeah. That's...
And we go to the back and ek het my klein flippertjies aan. Ek sê, okay, gaan ons nou net hier so chill. The wave comes and I just see, oh, 9, wall of water. And I remember he takes me by the ankle, takes me by like the neck, and I gooi. I just swim. And I swim, and I catch it, and I just, wait, that was amazing.
Oh, okay.
And then, like, there's one of two ways it can go.
Yeah.
You can either be like, I'm getting out, I'm never getting back in, dit was horrible, I almost drowned, of jy soos, shit, that was pretty cool.
And then
I think that's where the switch flipped.
And then you go on like 2-week tenting and surfing vacations by yourself.
I wasn't tenting at least.
Okay. But I want to chat about a massive elephant in the room.
Yeah. No, I know it was coming.
And you owe us a tattoo.
Mooi bokke.
Because you said that
No, I will.
if the Springboks win the World Cup, you'll get a tattoo.
I will. And I'll stand by that. Maar,
Now,
some terms and conditions
yes,
we need to
yes.
clear out.
No, definitely. No, and we just said you'll get a tattoo.
Yeah.
And it is something, but just before the episode, I did tell you that we need to try and do something.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you said you'll get a tattoo if the Springboks win the World Cup. They won the World Cup. So why don't we ask our listeners to try and design you something?
But, big caveat.
Yeah.
Big caveat. Hold on. I'm under no obligation to choose any.
Yeah,
of
you
them.
don't have to choose one. All we're going to say is if you really go through the effort of designing something properly that you will get.
And it can just be Bok themed. It doesn't need to be like a Springbok logo.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be it can be Bok themed, it can be championship themed.
It can just be a tattoo.
It can be a tattoo.
Like
okay?
that's what we said.
Yes, yeah.
Just go for it.
We didn't say specifically.
But I'm getting 2 anyways. I'm getting the one from the bet and I want to get something else as well.
Cool.
So just send something in.
I would love my suggestion
Your
for
suggestion.
a tattoo. Okay. You know those Cupid tattoos?
Oh no.
No, but listen. Faf de Klerk as a Cupid, you know, with the South African Speedo.
You know where I draw the line, I think, is having another man on my body.
But it's a Cupid. Please.
Yeah, you're stupid. No,
Also
we'll
believe
keep it.
it,
We'll
only
keep
so-
it. We'll keep it chill. We'll keep it chill.
If you create a design that he really likes and he decides that, okay, we'll go for that.
I'll get it.
Then I'm going to chat to Pokerbet. I'm going to chat to our friends at Pokerbet. We'll give you a Pokerbet voucher.
Okay.
We'll decide how much, but it will be, you know what? It will be over 2,500 rand.
Sure.
Okay. Pokerbet voucher.
Can I enter?
Then pick one of those. Pick one of those tattoos. But I really do think, man, Faf de
I'm not
Klerk
getting
as
a
a
Faf.
Cupid.
Nee. Cammy,
Please.
you've already chatted me into getting a tattoo, period.
What else are you getting? What else?
I don't know what else.
Okay.
I don't know what else. We'll see. Maar since I've been wanting to get something.
Live, laugh, love.
Yes. Either that or the classic badass panther.
Okay.
No ways.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, or I can be a white guy and just I'm getting a clock, a lion, and what's the other one? A rose.
Oh, the
all in
classic,
one.
the clip drift. The clip drift.
Yes.
Why don't you go full traditional with like the...
Yeah, because then you just look stupid. 'Cause the thing is, it's not culturally appropriate. Like, I'm going to feel weird, you know?
I
This
understand.
is, well, is your heritage is shit, you've got a
Maori.
moko of a Maori tattoo. Do you trace your... No, I'm European.
Yes.
So my ancestry is
your
European.
ancestry is from Denmark.
It is. It
Okay.
is.
Maybe we can get like a Scandinavian.
Maybe, but you also need to be careful with that, nee.
Okay.
Like, listen to this. Nou gaan ek jou mind blow. So, massive tangent quickly.
Yes.
Everyone knows, and I've said it before, I am on white supremacy TikTok.
Yeah.
Ek dink hierdie mense...
Well, you're not on...
No, with context. Let me give some context. Hold on. Ek dink hierdie mense is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Let's just put that out there. Ek dink hulle is
So
ridiculous.
the only disclaimer you give, okay, you just said you're on white supremacy TikTok, and then the disclaimer you give to explain yourself is in a language that most people don't understand.
I think these people are ridiculous. I don't think there's any place for it in our modern society whatsoever.
But the algorithm keeps on pulling you that way.
No, because I find it so interesting. I love watching people have horrible takes.
Okay.
So I look at it. So some of my favorite takes that I've had this massive tangent over here.
Yes.
Some of my favorite takes is someone decided the South African Boer nation is actually the Israel from the Bible. I don't know how that got about.
Yo, that's a leap.
This was a wild one.
That's kind of that's a stretch.
That was a wild one. Other one had a massive problem with Siya Kolisi. He's like, Siya Kolisi with a white wife. I was, whoa, dude.
I actually
Did you
saw
see that
that
one?
video. That was terrible.
That was wild.
That was terrible.
But anyway, to go on my tangent,
Yeah.
like a lot of white supremacy symbols are adopted from like the Norse stuff. So like the black sun is just a neo-Nazi symbol. There's some
Yes.
runes that you rather don't want on your body.
Yes.
Stuff like, so you have to be careful, you weet? You don't want to
That-
accidentally have one there.
That's very true because there's a YouTuber that actually debunked there's like a whole Norwegian Viking side to TikTok.
yeah.
Like weird, these guys that like they are Vikings and they're
I've
like,
seen it.
this is the Viking
I've
way
seen
of
it.
living, and
I've seen it, yeah.
I think it's Chris Connor or Chris
Yes, Curtis Connor.
Curtis
yeah, love
Connor.
Him. Love him.
He had a whole video of like how weird this genre of TikTok is, where no, the Viking way of living is you need to respect your elders and you need to look after your woman. And
Yeah, and this is in the Viking living textbook.
the Viking Bible. But it's such a. But I understand that it's. Do you think you'll connect the Viking tattoos to
Being
white supremacy?
No, you just need to be very specific about what symbol.
Yeah.
Because like the black sun is a big one. Like I seen it the other day. Someone get like, oh, it's just like, oh, I'm so proud of my Scandinavian heritage, and they got a black sun. Yeah.
Okay. What's
And it-
that?
So it looks like this. It's been popping up. I'll show you quickly, and you can put it on the screen.
Yeah. We'll just get a photo too.
It's not great. It's not great at all. So this symbol.
Okay.
So this was used. So I think the Nazis used it on a lot of their stuff. They really enjoyed it, and they still use it.
Okay.
So you need to be careful.
They really enjoyed it.
Yeah, with regtig.
Okay.
You need to be really, really careful getting a
Yes.
rune tattooed, and that's for everyone out there.
Do you think you'll get something that's will you get like something symbolic? Will you get
Maybe
writing,
not.
a
I think-
picture?
I think because you get the book tattoo first, it like
Yeah.
opens the door to be kind of stupid with it.
Yes,
You weet?
I understand.
Like get some random stuff, just
like
things I
maybe
enjoy.
like, but do you know what's quite funny is no one ever
Looks at it.
no one ever gets mad if like anyone has like a Greek themed tattoo.
Yeah, but you won't be mad about it. It's just
Yeah.
not my heritage. I have no connection to
Yes,
it.
I
You know?
understand. Okay.
That's the
so will
only
you
thing.
get something that's important to you?
Maybe. I don't
Okay.
know. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. That's the big thing here is we'll see.
How many likes does this video need to get for you to get a baby fuck
Yeah,
you?
yes, fucking 5 million. There's no ways.
Okay.
There's no ways. The
Damn
baby
it.
fuff's not happening.
Baby
Damn
fuff
it.
would have been amazing.
Yes, yeah, I gave everyone a political lecture there for a second.
Yeah,
Goodness.
Yeah.
So I actually look at a lot of these things in the background.
Yeah.
Nee? So there's, I don't know, there was some hour-long video about the Bored Ape Club,
Yes.
Yacht Club,
Yeah. Yeah.
also using a bunch of imagery. Actually, whoa, I never knew that.
What
this
are
was
they?
crazy.
Wait. What are they doing?
Like the imagery,
Yes.
just the
Bored-
the Bored Ape Yacht Club, the
Yes.
logo looks suspiciously similar to a Totenkopf. I think that's
What's
how you
a
say.
totem?
Like the SS little skull that they have.
Oh yes.
You
Okay.
can you see the skull and can you see the logo? And it's just,
Okay. I think you
That's
spend
kind of
way
close.
too much time on
On the internet.
conspiracy internet.
Maybe, but it's like
it's like
I'm expanding my mind, expanding my horizons.
something that's quite on my For You page a lot is like these two guys that read messages of HR mishaps. Like this
Uh-oh.
guy saying, "Listen, can you come into work?" And it's like, "It's my day off. I put it in at HR
Yes.
a month ago," and then it being massively inappropriate and fighting on messages. And then I started thinking of like, because I message quite a lot. I'll message Gila 4 o'clock in the morning. Listen, I need this clip or this
Yeah.
design work. And then I thought, Imagine one of our messages end up in one of those TikToks where it's just like I asked him at an unreasonable. I asked him Christmas Day for a post.
But I do that as well. I send messages at crazy time. I work during the night. I'll send someone an email because I'll forget. I'll send you an email at 12 o'clock. I'm not expecting you to reply to it until it's business hours.
Yes,
I just wanted you to have it. You
Yeah.
know?
He's what?
Have it.
What is the holiday looking like?
Ooh, the holiday is looking pretty lekker.
Yeah.
Nature's, obviously.
Yeah. Are you going to be playing golf?
Oh, yes. I'm taking my sticks down. We've got one of our lekker corporate clients.
Yes.
Him and some friends are in Plet in Goose Valley. And I've already confirmed you're playing golf with them the 1st of December. Very exciting. They've got some people actually, yes, yeah. Are you taking your golf clubs with? Just skimping. I said, oh, are you taking golf clubs? Just, yeah, I'm taking. Wow, very interesting.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. That's cool.
So awesome. A lot of golf. Surfing is a bit shit in December.
Yeah.
So maybe not so much of that.
Yeah.
I want to go fishing.
Yeah.
En ek gaan baie wynplase toe gaan.
Wynplaas.
Wynplaas. Ooh. Newstead, I'm coming.
Newstead.
Ja. Newstead.
Okay. Is that in Nature's Valley?
It's in the crags.
Okay.
Like in the beautiful mountains and everything. Jy moet kom 'n draai maak.
Yeah.
Maar ek gaan definitief, I'm coming to George if we're playing golf. Camera died. I think we're running a bit low.
And I'm overheating. I think the camera is as well. I'm getting so hot. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's good to have you back.
It's lekker om hier te wees.
It's like thank you for going on one of your rants again.
Yeah.
We need that at least once a month.
Expanding everyone's knowledge.
Love it. Thank you so much for watching. I don't even know what to say. I'm quite.
Dankie mense. Goed om julle te gehad. Lekker. Have a great day. Cheers. Sien julle later. En dan Cammy se thing. Pa.